Today we're going to be pouring a deep pour epoxy. It was a 2-to-1 mix. We put in a tiny little bit of purple pigment so we can get a lead glass finish. I've been practicing with this stuff. Here we're going to pour into the face first. You'll see that I am pouring directly into the mold, finding the lowest point and letting it seek its level. Make sure that you've leveled your mold to begin with so that it doesn't leak out, especially if it's one part and open like that. This is a much smaller mold, but we're going to use the same process. Again, we're going to repeat it one more time. Now these other ones are a little bit deeper and they have a cavity, so we're going to try and get them filled up from one side. And the last mold. Looks like I measured perfectly. That was lucky. Good to the last drop. Now, you'll notice there are some bubbles on the backs of these pieces. We're going to take a little bit of release agent and just do a magic trick. I like to do this for the back ends. What this does is break the surface tension so that they're bubble free. Then on a couple of the pieces, I'm going to add pigment to them, just from the back, a little bit of drying. This is me back in kindergarten, making my face, the nose, the mouth. I think we should make him happy. Now these will settle because the resin has such a long cure time. So here we are demolding. You can see that the pattern has been diluted a little bit. Backed up, very clear from the back. The surface, because it was made off of clay, has a little bit of a frosted appearance on the face. The same one with this. So this piece has a little bit more depth to it. It's going to take a little longer to get out, but you can see that the pigment is dispersed completely, giving you certain areas, but it doesn't have that face that I drew before. You can see the depth of clarity and then the frosted finish on the front. This one is even bigger. This was the big face you can see here. And again, you get that really beautiful tone. You can see the clarity is perfect. Just trimming up the edges a little bit. You can trim this with an X-Acto knife or a light sand. Get off those pesky edges. The mold goes right back into the mold shape. Now these are going to be a little bit more difficult to demold because the shape is a little bit tighter, so there's a lot of air that has to be entered into the mold in order to release them properly. You see that deep cavity in there, so we have to try to worry it out and then treat it like a glove. After hours and hours of trying to get it out, here we go. Oh, wow, that's a beautiful block. Great casting. You can see in there the negative and the positive. And again, smaller one, we're going to do the same process. And here we go. Again, we've done this with a deep casting epoxy, and that is the end of our demo. Beautiful.